So what we are doing, we were doing this exception handling. So I'll just open our PPT exception handling. Okay, I think we have finished almost. Any assignment which I given? Assignment. Okay, what are those? Tell me. Okay. Throw and throw. Okay. So what is what is throw? Any idea? What is throw and what is throws? Can you? Okay. So I'll write code, then you will come to know. I mean, what is throw, what is throws. Okay. So see here, I'll open our. Suppose my method is something like public void get test method. Okay, let's try to have some sort of, suppose weight is coming here. Okay, now based on the weight I am doing some sort of operation. What sort of operation? Something like, see, try to understand. If weight is more than 150, if somebody is having more than 150 kg, then you want to throw some exception. Are you able to understand? Then what is the keyword we use? Throw new overweight exception. Are you able to understand? So your program is not throwing the exception. Based on the some condition, you want to throw some sort of exception. Are you able to understand? So in this case, what we'll use this throw. Okay, throw means manually you want to throw some exception. Okay, and do Java have overweight exception? Java will not have. You have to create it. How to create your own exception? Extends exception. Okay, so something like, try to understand, like if we will have you are having animal class, you want to create a dog. So how will you create? Dog extends animal. Similarly, if I'll tell you dog is an animal, right? Similarly, if I'll tell you you are having one of the class called exception, you want to create overweight exception. So how will you create? Overweight exception extends exception. Okay, so overweight exception. Okay, it will extend your exception. Okay, so whenever you use throw, tell me, whenever you want to throw some exception manually. Okay, those are not coming from your code. You want because of certain condition, you want to change, you want to throw some sort of exceptions. Okay, so yeah, note it down. What is throw? So throw is used to throw some exceptions manually. You can write this code, small code. Okay. So your code syntax look like this. The way how it is showing, it looks like this. Okay. Now try to understand when we use throw. First, I'll show the throw example. Okay. So, but animal is a class. Okay. Now here what you want to do? You want to check if number of legs is greater than 4. That means animal cannot have more than 4 legs, right? So what you want to do? You want to throw. So what will you like? You like throw new exception. This is the way how we try to do. Why red color is coming? Don't worry, we'll discuss that. Got it, right? So animal cannot have more than 4 legs, right? So in this case, what you want to do? You want manually throw some exception. You will do this. Okay. Now let's talk about the other one. What is the one called? Throws. Okay. When throws will be used, try to understand. There should be some case where you don't know if some exception is coming, how you will handle it. Suppose if you create one of the exception called overweight exception, and you don't know how to handle it. Got it, right? So what you can do, rather than handling yourself, what you can do, it can be handled by your calling method. You don't want to handle it because you don't know what needs to be done when overweight is there. Okay, so you want this to be handled by the calling method. Calling method means the person who is calling it. Then what is the statement we use? Throws is the statement. Okay, so try to understand. When I did this throw, there are two ways to handle it. One way how you can do, you can have something like try catch block. That means who is handling? Bark method is handling. Okay, but what you want to do, suppose if you don't know how to handle this, then what you can use one of the other things called throws. Got it, right? So what happened is throws. Now who will handle this? The method who is calling it. Okay, so now let's go to main class. Okay, if we have animal somewhere, do we have animal? We don't have animal. I will create one animal here. Animal equal to new animal dot bark. Are you able to see? Now this red color is coming. Why? Because this method is throwing exception. Means who should handle it? The calling. Who is calling? This is calling. So he should handle it. So how to handle it? It can have try catch, or else if he also does not know how he can handle, he can use throws also. Okay, so throws if will do, calling method will handle. If calling method also does not know, calling method. If nobody knows, then it will go to JVM. At the end of this, it will go to JVM. Are you able to understand what I am telling you? Okay, so why we use throws? Okay, so let's discuss about throws. So when we use throws, okay, so there are some scenarios when we don't know what to do when exception occurs. There are some scenarios when we don't know what to do when exception occurs. Okay, we want our calling method to handle it. Okay, you don't know, then who should handle it? Calling method, the one who is calling it. Okay, calling method to handle it. Then what we use? We use throws. syntax is very simple like this. Okay, so if you go here like this, throws exception. Now the class who is calling it, he should handle it. If nobody will handle it, okay, so note it down, it will keep on propagating to the calling method if none of those will handle, then it will go to JVM. If none of those will handle, then it will go to JVM. Okay, now if I'll ask you what is the difference between throw and throws, tell me what is the difference between throw and throws. Throw means manually throwing, throws means you don't want to handle, you want it should be handled by your calling method. Okay, yeah, what is the another difference? Try to understand here what is the another difference. Throw is part of your code and throws is part of your signature. This is called signature, right? These are our signature. Okay, so note it down. Throw is part of the executable code and throws is part of signature. Okay, so throw is part of executable code and throws is part of signature. Okay, so this will this one, no? All the time. सो के उठने का टाइम है. Sorry guys. Okay, so tell me what is exception hierarchy. Object, then throwable, error, exception interval, runtime, compile time. Okay, then checked object. Okay, so checked is nothing but compile time. Runtime means it will consider what? Unchecked plus error. Okay, all combination of try catch we have already seen. Try finally is fine, try catch finally is fine, try finally catch, is it fine? Try finally catch, no, because finally must always be the last step. Okay, yeah. And difference between throw and throws. Throw means you want to throw some exception manually. Okay, throws means it should be handled by your calling method or it will go to JVM. Okay, and throw is an executable code, throws is part of your signature. Difference between final and finally. Finally, many differences are there. Okay, so what is final? Final is a modifier and finally is a block. Okay, so note it down. Okay, so final is a modifier, finally is a modifier, finally is a block. If I have a final variable, what will happen? I cannot reinitialize. If it is a method, I cannot override. If it is a class, we cannot extend it. Okay, but finally has got nothing to do with this override and extension. Okay, so finally has got nothing to do with override or extend. So finally has got finally has got nothing to do with override or extend. Override, or you can say inheritance. Okay. Finally has got nothing to do with override or inheritance, but final has got many things to do. Okay. Finally has got nothing to do with override or inheritance, but final has got to do. Okay. Final, if we use final, then we cannot override, right? We cannot extend also. Okay. Yeah. Next point you can mention, finally is related to exception handling. Finally is related to exception handling. Finally is not related. Finally is related to exception handling, but final is not. Okay. Finally is related to exception handling, but final is not. Okay. Yeah. How to create customized exception? Now only you have seen overweight exception. How to do? Public class overweight, extend, exception. Okay. And you can override all the methods whichever you need. Okay. This is the difference between error and exception. Tell me. Difference between error and exception. What is an error? What is an error? Error means we have discussed, right? Error we have discussed, no? Okay. So there are some scenario which you cannot handle. Can you do some magic and create some memory in your mobile? You cannot do that. So out of memory is a error. Okay. So exception can be controlled by programmer, but error cannot be controlled by programmer. Got it, right? So just note it down. Okay. So exception can be controlled by programmer, controlled or handled. Okay, but programmer should not handle error. Okay, something like why we should not handle error. If programmer will handle, then it will not go to JVM. Okay, and JVM will be unaware of the problem what you are facing. Exception can be controlled or handled by programmer, but programmer should not handle error. Okay. So yeah. So this is your exception. Okay. Let's move to another topic, which which one we should go? Which one? What? There's some assignment. Tell me, what are the assignments? Okay. So did you search? Pass by? What pass by reference? pass by value. Okay, yeah. So how will you identify it is a pass by value? How will you identify? Tell me. Okay, so let's try to have one small example, okay, which will help you out to understand it. Okay, animal we are using animal. Okay, I am having one of the method here called change weight. What I am doing, change weight or do you have change number of legs, suppose, because we don't have weight, so number of legs. Okay, and what I'll pass animal. So how many number of legs are there for animal now? 4. Okay, this should be put it in the. Okay, so I am passing animal. Okay, and I'll do animal dot number of legs equal to 100. What happened? Are you able to understand? Here I created one animal. I have passed this animal into this method. Okay, and I am changing the number of legs to 100. Okay, and I'll try to print this number of legs here. System dot println. Okay, animal dot number of legs. Got it, right? What I'm doing. So what should be my output? Tell me. Default value is how much? Default value is 4. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm passing this animal here, and I'm going and animal I am getting, and I'm making it to 100. Okay, and after that what I'm doing, I'm just printing same animal only, number of legs. So tell me what should be the output? 0, 4, 100. That should be the output. 0, 4 or 100. If you know it is pass by value or pass by reference, you can answer this. What is pass by reference? Pass by reference means you will give the memory allocation. You will give the memory. So if somebody will change it, then what will happen? That particular data itself will change. Pass by value means you are not giving the reference. You are giving just a copy of it. Okay. So let's start run this code. What is the output we are getting? What is the output we are getting? See, 100. What is the output we are getting? 100. Okay. So tell me now, what is it? It is pass by value or pass by reference? In assignment you did not do. Pass by value or pass by reference? Pass by value or pass by reference? Okay, let it be. Now suppose I am having one variable. Okay, so suppose trial 1 to 3 is there. Okay, so suppose I'll have one method called test change. I'm writing one of the method called test change, and what I'm doing, I'm passing this here. Okay, and I'll create one of the method here, test change. What I'm passing one of the variable. Okay, and I'll make this test change equal to maybe 1000. Got it, right? I'm passing the value and I am making this value to 1000. But what is the original value of it? 100. Okay. Now if I'll print it. Okay. So test change. So trial 1 to 2. What should be the output here? It should be 100 or 1000. Sure. See what is coming. Got it, right? So if I am passing animal, I am changing the animal, then what is happening? Then what is happening? How many are there? It is showing you 100. Now tell me what is Java. Java is pass by value, pass by reference. Okay, what is that? Okay, and try to understand. I should get the answer. see here, I mean, what we are discussing here, if I am being variable, it is not changing, right, and object it is changing. Okay, if anybody will ask Java is pass by value or pass by reference, okay, so your answer should always be pass by value. Okay, so what is Java is pass by value. Okay, so here you can see, I mean, when we are using this trial 1 2 3, trial 1 through 3 is not changing. Okay, now it depends, I mean, so first primitive data type is very simple. Okay, primitive data type is very simple. Okay, we are getting the required result, right? It is not changing, means it is pass by value. You are able to understand it. Okay, second, when we are using objects, then those values are changing, right? Okay, so Java is still pass by value only, but if it is an object, okay, so it sends the value of the reference. Okay, in C++ it will, you send the pointer, right? You will write star on end. Okay, but here we don't send the address, we will send the value of the reference basically. Okay, so that's what. So in objects, Java sends the value of the reference as a parameter or argument. Okay, so still it is a pass by value only. Okay, so it will send the value of the reference. Okay, in C++ it will directly send the pointer only or the address, but here it does not send the address. Okay, it sends the value at that address. That's why when you send it, what is happening, you are able to change it in your in other class. Okay, so Java is always pass by value only, whether it is object or primitive data type. Primitive data type is okay, no problem. Here problem is with array. So array is also an object. Okay, so object. So why the problem is, because it passes the value, but it passes the value of the reference where object is created. Okay, so still it is a pass by value. Okay, so yeah. Now what was another question? Super. Can we write it? Did you try to write it? Okay, so let's try to write it. Can we write it? No, we cannot write. Okay, so we are having dog, animal is there, right? Dog is your dog extends animal. Okay, and I want to create dog, baby dog one. Baby dog extends which one? Dog. Okay, baby dog extends dog, dog extends animal. Okay, and animal is having some constructor support. Animal is having some constructor. Animal is having constructor. Dog is having constructor. Okay, dog is having constructor. Baby dog is having constructor. Baby dog is having some constructor. Okay, so now if I'll go to, so what we want to do from here, we want to call animal constructor. Okay, so from here what we want to do, we want to call your animal constructor, that is your super, right? So let's try to write it. Super. Can we do it? Are you able to call it? We are not able to call it. Okay, so we can never call super. Okay, we cannot call it. Okay, so we cannot call it. We can't call it. We can't call super. transfer. Okay, we can't call super dot super dot super. Okay, we can only call the immediate constructor using super. We can just call the immediate constructor. Okay, we can only call immediate constructor using super. We cannot call super dot super dot super. Okay, so we can never solve this. That's all. Any other questions for that? Immutability. Okay, yeah. So now tell me, what is immutability? What is immutability? Any idea what is immutability? What is immutability? Any idea? I think we have seen this example. Okay, so I'll write one example. Okay, you have to tell what should be the output. Okay, I'll just comment whatever things we are doing. String equal to, I'll use created. You also check it. Okay, equal to string dot append or concat, whichever. This example I think we have seen it. Okay, so take Bangalore. Suppose Bangalore is in this. Okay, so what is concat? Concat means it should append, and both will be concatenated together basically. Okay, so now if I'll print string, tell me what should be the output? Kt. Bangalore will not come. Ideally, what should happen? Kt and Bangalore should be appended. That's what is concat means, right? But if I'll run this code, surprisingly, what is not there? Bangalore is not there. This concat should so append here. So my output should be, ideally what should be there? It should be Kt, and we are appending it, right? So it should be like this. It should be like this. But this Bangalore is not there anymore. Got it, right? So why it is not there? Because string is immutable. Okay, so why? Because string is immutable. So what is immutability? If you want to change a string, you must create the new object. Okay, so what is immutability? Immutability means, note it down. Okay, so immutability means we can't change the data directly. We cannot change the data directly. In this case, we are not able to change it. If we want to change it, we must have to create object. If you want to change it, we must create object. This is immutability. Okay, now why we need it? So observe very closely. When I am doing this, what is output? Chaotic is the output. Chaotic is the output. But if I'll do like this, what will be the output now? Chaotic Bangalore. Why? Because you are creating new object, means you are assigning it to some object. Yeah, now you can, it is fine. Okay, so now your output will be Chaotic Bangalore. This is very typical written test question you will get. Got it right? In earlier case it was not changing. Why? Because string is immutable. If you want to change it, you have to assign to your new variable or new object, wherever it is. Okay. So yeah, that is all. Now why we need it? Why we need immutability? Why we need it? Why we need it? Any idea? Why we need it? First reason is your security. Security and safety. What is security and safety? Because what happens whenever we pass our username, password, credit card number, okay, so all those will always be string. Okay, now what happens, suppose your client is sending some credit card number to server. Okay, if it is not immutable, what will happen? Any intruder will come and they can change those data, right? If the data is changed, your server will also not come to know, client will also not come to know. Are you able to understand? So this is again the security, right? Suppose you are passing your credit card number, something like this. You are passing, this is your number. Any of the hackers or intruder, they came and they change it to some number, some random number, like random number. You don't know, right? But your credit card number is changed. Maybe if he is able to change, he might get your credit card number also. He can get your username, password, right, which are very sensitive. Now if it is immutable, what will happen? As soon as any of the people or any of the hackers or any of the intruder, if they will change it, automatically you can catch them. Why? Because the hash code of the object which is sent is not equal to the hash code which your server has received. If hash code is not matching, what will happen? Yeah, you can say, hey, no, there is some problem. Then you will try to catch it, which machine has changed your what is that called, credit card number or any other information. Are you able to understand? So this is one of the reason why string is immutable, because all the data, most of the time we send it through your string only, all the sensitive information. Okay, this is one of the reason. What is the second reason? Tell me. Okay, so string supports one of the concept to string pool. What is that called? String pool. Okay, so what is string pool? What is string pool? String pool is nothing but the pool of many strings. Okay, so whenever we have any of the strings, something like if I am having one of the string called maybe tapas. Okay, one object is creating this particular string, another object is also creating tapas. Then Java is very intelligent. What it does is, because both the strings are duplicate, right? Both the strings are duplicate, na? So if I'll create separate string, what will happen? It will consume more memory. If first string was taking, maybe we never know. I mean, it might be different also. Okay, suppose first is taking 4 byte. Now how much about will be wasted? 8 byte, right? 8 byte memory will be wasted. But both the strings are same, right? Both the strings are same. 448. 4 byte for this and 4 byte for this. Got it, right? Now, as we know, this is reusable, right? So what Java will do? Java will not create 2 string. It will create 1 string only. It will keep on working on that. As soon as there is some change, you are creating new object, then only your new object will be created in string pool. Otherwise, it will keep on referring to the same object. So if it is keep on referring to the same object, what will happen? Memory management will be good. It will consume less memory. Are you able to understand? So that's why this is string is immutable. So note it down. So 2 support string pool. To support string pool, Android string is immutable. What is string pool? You understood, right? So all the frequently used strings will be placed in a string pool from where you can read all those. Okay, so this is your second reason why string is immutable. Okay, what is third reason? Third reason is try to understand string. Okay, so string will have many methods. So some of the methods something like length. Okay, and something like char. So try to understand, if string is not immutable, anybody can change the behavior of length method also. They can change the behavior of caret, which is not desirable, right? The logic which is written for Java, you should not override and change all those things. Are you able to understand? So that's why what will happen. These are the three reasons why string is immutable by nature. Okay. So what is the third reason? We don't want the common behavior of strings to be changed or modified. Okay, we don't want the common behavior of strings to be changed or modified. Okay, so length or caret, these are the common behaviors, we should not change it. Okay, yeah. Now if you answered this correctly, then what interviewer will ask? They will ask how. So if you know three things, what, how, why, you know everything. These are the only three questions which can be asked, right? What, how, why. So why we understood. Okay, what we understood. Now what is the third one? How. Okay, so how to make a class immutable? You just make the class final, it will become immutable. Okay, so that's what typically your class will be looking at this: public final class string, and this is the syntax of your string class. So any class whichever is final is immutable. That's all. All the classes which are final are immutable. Okay, we'll finish here, right? Okay.